welcome to the Terry White Tech Blog. Today we're taking a look at the brand new Navigon GPS Turn-by-Turn direction app. This is the one for North America, and we're going to go ahead and put it through its paces today. So the first thing I want to point out is that it's a very clean, easy to use interface. You have the ability to enter an address manually, search for a point of interest, take me home, or show the map. So if I do the show the map, it actually shows exactly where I am on the road, and I even like the fact that it shows the current speed limit of where on the road that you're traveling on. It also works in a landscape mode so that you can do it either portrait or landscape. Now, of course, I'm hand holding it, and I have a driver that's going to be driving us around as we start the navigation. But if you were going to use this in your car, you would definitely want two things. One would be a mount to hold it, and the other would be a power source to power it, because the screen is going to be on the whole time. So let's go ahead and go back, and let's go ahead and we can enter an address, but then it's just going to walk us through it step by step. So we could say the city we want, and then we can do the street, so forth and so on. But I'm going to go ahead and go back and do a search for point of interest, and we're going to do nearby. And then it gives me the list of categories here, which is pretty extensive. But I'm going to go ahead and go to restaurants, and then we're going to say all categories, or I could do a search. I like the fact that there's a search at the top of each one of these. And I'm going to go ahead and go to portrait just so I can get a longer list here. And we're going to go ahead and go all the way down because we want to get to one that's a little bit further away. And let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, we'll go to Sweet Lorraine's Cafe and Bar. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that. It shows it to me where it is on the map. Kind of really not that useful because it doesn't really show me a lot of what else is around. But I'm going to go ahead and start the navigation. Now, one more thing I'll point out that's missing before we do the navigation is there's no phone number there for Sweet Lorraine's, and there's no way to actually call it from this app. Now, that's something that Navigon promises to add in a free update. But as it stands today, there's no way to make a call to the point of interest. So let's go ahead and start navigation.
Prepare to make a U-turn.
Okay, and it's telling us we're going to make a U-turn, but we're not going to. We're going to just go ahead and keep down this road here. And again, it does work in both portrait and landscape mode, so I'll go ahead and turn it. Now it wants us to make a turn in 0.2 miles.
0.2 miles, turn right.
As we just heard. And we're not going to do that because what it's really trying to tell us to do is to go ahead and make a U-turn in this shopping center that's up ahead. But we're just going to go ahead and keep straight. I want to see what happens when it recalculates. Alright, so we're just
turn right.
We just passed the turn that it wanted us to make. And although it showed us turning, we didn't. And now we're continuing down the road, and it just recalculated. So now it's wanting us to make a right turn on the next major street, which is 13 Mile Road. We're going to go ahead and do that. And there's a text message, which I will ignore for now. So, as we just saw, even with a text message interruption, no problem as long as you don't choose to view it.
In 0.2 miles, turn right.
And we're going to go ahead and make this right-hand turn. Now, the one thing you may have noticed that's missing is there was no turn right on 13 Mile Road. It just said turn right. And basically what's missing from this is text-to-speech. So that is a huge oversight, I think, on the part of Navigon not to have that in this first round. Now the thing I want to test is what happens when you receive a phone call while you're navigating. So I'm going to go ahead and dial my number from another phone here, and we'll get interrupted and see what happens. All right, so there's my incoming call, which I'm going to go ahead and answer. And we'll change it to the iPhone there. And at this point, I'm on the call, and of course my navigation is no longer in progress because the iPhone doesn't currently support background processing for third-party apps. So as long as I'm taking a call, I'm going to be missing turns and missing directions if I wasn't paying attention to the route ahead of time. Now let's see what happens when I end the call. Let's go ahead and end it. And the good thing is that it does return us to the Navigon app. And it takes a few seconds for it to come back up, loading in all those maps and data. And then it does put us right back on our route, and eventually it will recalculate.
2 miles, turn right.
So, not too bad as long as you took the call when you didn't have a turn coming. But if you missed your turn or you took it too soon or whatever, then you'd be off route by the time you ended your call. So that was just a quick look.
Turn right.
We're going to go ahead and turn right. But that was just a quick look at the Navigon app for the iPhone 3G and iPhone 3GS, the only two that have the GPS unit built in. And it works pretty good. There are some things I'd like to see going forward, but as it stands right now, it is functioning as advertised. That's it. Thanks for watching this video review of the Navigon Mobile Navigator for North America on the Terry White Tech Blog.